Hey guys, Yulia here. So today is the day 3 of my 3-day series of wreath making, where I am trying to find materials and plants in my own garden that I can incorporate in holiday wreaths. So today wreath is going to be more of a traditional kind where I'm incorporating evergreen conifers that I have in my own garden. But I was always looking for a theme for my wreaths. So the first one was kind of earth tones. The second one was red and silver. And this one is going to be a blue wreath. So I found 3 evergreens in my own backyard that have kind of like a blue tint to them. So those are the ones that I'm going to be incorporating in this last wreath. So I think Luke decided to join me in this blue themed wreath because he has beautiful blue eyes. So he got a note. You are so cute. So as for the plants, today I have Leyland cypress, and Leyland cypress is a wonderful plant, wonderful evergreen. If you want a very fast hedge in your garden or some sort of a quick screen, it grows really fast. So you know how all plants have kind of good parts to them and not so good parts to them. So Leyland cypress is kind of like one of those. It is a beautiful plant, beautiful structure, takes snow load really well, does not snap, but it grows incredibly fast. So you buy this cute plant that is 6 feet tall and you decide to create a hedge, and then in a few years you're out there with pruners nonstop chopping it down because it's just getting out of control. But if you want to use Leyland cypress in a lot of your holiday decorations, you don't mind it growing so fast, so you can chop it down at the end of the season and use it in all kind of holiday decorations like garlands or wreaths, or even cover up part of your garden on the ground. So that's why I actually planted a hedge of Leyland cypresses at the back of our property. It is not the best choice, again, because you constantly have to prune it, but I use these all the time. So they actually kind of can't even keep up with my demand. But anyway, it has beautiful blue tinge to it. It is more on the green side, but the underside is more of the blue. And it is going to be my base for this wreath. I am using a wire form today instead of a grapevine wreath because conifers have so much bulk in them. You don't really need a grapevine wreath to start. You only need a wire form. My next plant is blue spruce, and this is a columnar type because I've had this one for about 15 years and it's still quite small as it goes for spruces. It's probably about 12 feet tall and 6 feet wide. That's it. It is truly beautiful blue color needles. Now, a lot of times before I took my plant identification class, I was confused between spruces and firs. So I actually kind of learned this trick that firs are friendly, so they don't have very pokey needles. Their needles are kind of soft, and spruces are spiky. So it's friendly fir, spiky spruce, and that's how you could tell the difference. So you could just go around and touch the needles, and if they are pokey, that's a spruce. So anyway, these are going to be my kind of elements in this wreath, but this has just such a beautiful light blue color to it. Now, the last plant that I'm using, I am not 100% sure of the variety, but I'm pretty sure that's a cypress, and I'm almost 95% sure this is a baby blue saguaro cypress. So it has these beautiful fine texture needles and also kind of a darker blue than the spruce. So it is a color in between the Leyland cypress and the blue spruce. All right, so the main part is done, and this is always the point where I just want to stop because it's looking so simple and beautiful. Maybe just add a couple of pine cones and hanging up, and that's it. And it also smells really good. But what I'm going to do next, actually, I'm going to add some dried oranges and grapefruit. And I've had some laying around in my kitchen. I am not one of those people who would normally waste any food, but the ones that I had in my fruit bowl were like not looking so hot. So I sliced them up and I dried them. So there are a couple of ways you can dry citrus, which is you can dry them on the radiator over a period of a week or a week and a half, or you can dry them in an oven for about 2 hours at 200 degrees. So kind of like a slow heat so they don't burn. So I actually, the ones that I have here are both. I dried some on the radiator. It probably took about a week. We have very dry air in the house right now because of the heat. So it actually, I can't even tell the difference which ones I did in the oven and which ones I did in the radiator. And just make sure that they're kind of hard and dry, because you don't want them to get all moldy and messy on your wreath. So what else I have here that I wanted to add to this wreath are these Rose of Sharon seed pods. And they are, kind of invasive in your garden, so I constantly cut the seed pods so they don't spread all over the place. I don't have the heart to cut the entire shrub because it is very pretty and Mike really loves it, but I'm on the seed heads all the time. I cut them all the time. And they are really actually pretty. This is the first time I'm using them in decorations, and they're already dried, so I don't have to do anything. So I'm just going to add them to the wreath. And also I'm going to add some cinnamon sticks. They smell amazing. So it's going to be kind of like a culinary wreath in the end. But also I think the fragrance from the spruce and all of these evergreens, and also the citrus and the cinnamon. All right, guys, so the third wreath is done, and I really like how this turned out. I know this one is more traditional than the other two, but I think it's also unique in its own way. So I hope you enjoy this 3-day series, and the whole point of it was to show you some plants that you can use from your own garden to use in winter decorations. And if you don't have those plants, maybe thinking about planting them next spring. Or this spring, coming spring, whatever. But what I wanted to say, I actually asked my mom and dad and Mike which wreaths they liked the most. And it was not surprising, but everybody said the different thing. So my mom really liked all of them, of course. My dad hated the first one, the grass wreath, but he really liked the second one with euonymus and the berries. Michael really likes this one. So let me know in the comment section below which one was your favorite and why. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, and I really enjoyed this. Was a lot of fun. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.